This is a new what if Naruto was banished. Guys, you're not gonna hear my voice a lot, so yeah, this is part 1.
Sasuke at the Valley of End Kakashi comes to rescue to them. The two recovered and Sasuke was praised while Naruto was betrayed. Outvoted Tsunade was forced to banish Naruto from the village. Naruto had never felt betrayed in his life. He was broken and it was the betrayal, the banishment. It was the last straw and Naruto was out to show them that it was a mistake to banish him. The son of the fourth Hokage and the red-hot habanero. Raised and trained by Anbus in the Sand Village, Naruto was known as Kitsune, or Menma, the strongest Anbu that had ever lived. The Leaf Village struggling with all the rogue ninjas increasing in their area and thus begged Kitsune for help. But another threat lurks in the dark. The Akatsuki was after Naruto. They were out to kill him, unlike the time they failed to do so to the Kazekage. Not only the Akatsuki but the rogue ninjas plan an attack to finally get rid of Naruto and rule over all the nations. Can Naruto stop the Akatsuki? Can Naruto defeat the rogue ninjas before it's too late? Will Naruto help the ones that betrayed him? Will everyone still be the same? How will Naruto cope with all this?
A few weeks passed and both Naruto and Sasuke had woken up. Of course, Naruto wanted to sleep some more. The council, the position of the bed was so soft upon his skin that is until he heard the door open. Sasuke stood up and so did Naruto, both still very tired. That the nurse came to check on them, smiling. Both, "You seem well," she said the bandit to check Sasuke's injuries before checking Naruto. Well, everything seemed good. The both of you should be discharged by lunchtime, she said, and Naruto cheered with Sasuke just saying, "Hey Sasuke, why don't we have lunch together with Sakura-chan and Kakashi-sensei?" The blondes asked, obviously happy about getting some food. Some ramen to be more specific. Sasuke turned his head, looking away and smiling a little. "Fine," he said, and Naruto cheered again. "Shut up, the shut up, I don't know. I won't go," he said, and went back to sleep. Naruto palmed and laid back down on the comfy bed with a smile. "I told you I'll bring you back, and you said I couldn't," Naruto thought as he closed his eyes and entered his mindscape. There before him was Kurama laying down. Only 'cause you used my chakra," Kurama growled, and Naruto stayed stuck his tongue out. "Fine, but fine, you were right," Kurama added, and Naruto looked at Kurama with an astonished expression. "What?" the tail beast asked, and Naruto jumped on the tail beast, feeling his furry head, making Kurama a bit irritated. "Are you sick?" Naruto asked, and Kurama growled, making Naruto back away. Sorry, didn't hurt me," the blonde yelled. "You are so easy to fool, you know that," Kurama said, and burst out laughing. Naruto sat down and blushed in embarrassing. A small smile appeared on his face as he remembered the first time he interacted Kurama. Flashback. A 4-year-old Naruto ran through the village scared of his for his life as a large mob of angry villagers ran after him. It was the night of the fox hunt. Every year on October 10th, the villagers would go out in search of the Nine-Tails holder. Naruto pants and turned to his right and then his left before going left again, but it was a mistake. He got himself trapped in a dead end. Naruto turned to and saw the villagers in front of him. He turned to run past them, but a drunk Jonin got a hold of him and threw him to the wall. Naruto could cocked I can't say it, guys. His head back, hitting the brick wall. You're going to pay for killing my family, a villager said as he wanted his pet thick fork and pounded Naruto with it on the wall. As Jonin approached Naruto, who was crying and trying to get a pitchfork out of his clothes, the Jonin chucked his left Naruto's shirt and began to curve the world onto his chest. Naruto cried out in pain as the villagers watched. Pleasant QB. A villagers approached Naruto and got the pitchfork off of him. Another came and pumped Naruto down before he could even make a move. And had me kunai, the villagers demanded. The Jonin did so. He handed him a very sharp kunai, and the villagers carved the words on Naruto's back. Demon, murder, stop, please, Naruto cried before lunging out a cry of pain as he left something stab his back. A villagers then took out a weapon and lashed it at Naruto. The whip pitted itself around Naruto's leg, and they hunt him upside down on by one. People tortured Naruto, and every torture Naruto cried out in pain before he lost consciousness. When the blonde came to, he was in a sewer, and Naruto forced getting. Now they dumped me in a sewer? Great, now they dumped me in a sewer, he asked, and walked straight to find the way out. Some time passes and instead of finding a way out, he found a huge cave in front of him. What's a cage doing in a sewer? He asked. It ain't a cage. The a stern voice, I'm gonna say, because I can't say that word. I don't know how to pronounce it. And Naruto jumped back, scared and startled. Naruto could see glimpse gloomy, glowing red eyes with black slit going through them, through the middle, staring at him. Who are you? Naruto asked. No need to be scared. I am Kurama, the Kyuubi no Kitsune, Kurama said, and Naruto looked at Kurama. Terror overwhelmed him, his body completely. You're the reason why the villagers tortured me? Naruto asked, and Kurama nodded. But why? You're in a sewer, so why? Wrong. This is your mindscape, the place where you can communicate to me. I am sealed within you, Kurama explained. Why are you sealed in me? Why would someone do that to me? Naruto asked, tears forming from his eyes. It was the fourth Hokage that sealed me into you. You're his son. The only reason why he did so was because he wanted the village to be treated you as a hero, Kurama explained. But they don't treat me like a hero. I'm just punched back to them, Naruto said, and as he started to cry and great sorrow flooded Kurama. I am sorry, kid. Kid, this is my fault, Kurama said. Naruto raised his hand and looked at Kurama with a questioning look. Kid? He asked. My name's Naruto, you know, Naruto, and Kurama chuckled. I got stuck with calling you kid, though. Kurama said, pouting. Fine, but that means I can call you Kura, Naruto said, and Kurama grinned. Naruto as fist bumped him. Flashback in. A couple of hours passed and Naruto woke up to the sound of the door opening. He could hear some familiar voices and he realized one of them very clear. It was Sakura. Man, look at them. They got to sleep, Kiba said as he put his head behind his head. Still hard to believe that Naruto managed to beat Sasuke. I know, right? From the deadly list in our class, from the dead last from our class to this, Ino said. Naruto frowned at the word dead last. It's not my fault that I was the dead last, Naruto thought. A few minutes passed and everyone left. Naruto sighed in relief and turned to look up at the ceiling. The Naruto came back and Sasuke just woke up just in time. What's going on? He asked clearly, still half asleep. He rolled his eyes and stared at his arm, followed by a yawn. Sasuke, stop being sleepyhead, Naruto pauses and Sasuke stuck his tongue out at the blonde. Naruto did the same and the nurse checked at the two boys' behave. After a few more tests, the two were dismissed. Kakashi came by and headed them some new clothes. Alright, Naruto, I need you to come with me. Kakashi said, what? But Kakashi sensei, I was going to go out for some ramen, Naruto complained, and Sasuke smirked. Your pre- ramen isn't going to run away, so just go, Sasuke said, and Naruto glared at Sasuke, who began to walk off. Kakashi led Naruto to the Hokage's office, and Naruto finally let his question get the better cons- cu- curiosity curiosity get the better of him. Why are we here, Kakashi-sensei? Naruto asked, and Kakashi knocked on the door. You will find out, Kakashi said. With sadness and pity, Naruto tilted his head to the side, confused as to why his teacher was acting so sad. Oh, come on in. Just a minute, guys. Kakashi opened the door to reveal Tsunade sitting on her chair by her desk was stack of paper around her table. Glad you came, Naruto, she said, and left out a very heavy sigh. Naruto stand to get pretended okay. What's with all that gloom and bum? Both Sasuke and I brought Sasuke back, and I should be enjoying my ramen, Naruto yelled, and crossing his arm. Tsunade tried to hold her tears back, and the bad news that was to come to Naruto was going to break him and his dream. No, shattered them. You are sure you can tell him? Kakashi asked. Tsunade managed a small smile, and she nodded. She got and approaches the blood. Sorry, guys. Kneeled down and put her hand on his shoulders, making Naruto look at the fifth Hokage with worried expression. I'm sorry, Naruto, I tried, I really did. Tsunade began, her head hung down. I'm sorry. Bachan, what's going on? Naruto asked and tried turned to Kakashi, who sighed and looked away. Naruto, you are hereby banished from Konohagakure, Tsunade announced. Okay, this was chapter 2. Okay, guys, let me just go to chapter 3. Naruto froze at the words kept chain in his mind, echoing in his mind. It was not a I wasn't leaving, and Naruto gave out a little chuckle. There is no time for games, Bachan. You are kidding, right? Naruto asked, his voice cracked, and his breath was shaking. Tsunade did not answer. Right? Naruto asked and turned his head to Kakashi, disappearing. Right? Kakashi sensed Naruto asked, and Kakashi sighed. Kakashi kneeled down, putting his head on the blonde shoulder, and shook his head. We are all sorry, Naruto, he said, and Naruto violently brushed Kakashi's hand off. Why, I just brought Sasuke back. and he he's back to being him. So why? What did I do wrong? Naruto asked as he choked on his tears. You guys say you are sorry. You guys didn't even do anything, Naruto. Naruto, you guys just like them, the villagers. You just want to get rid of me, don't you? Naruto asked. His breath was very heavy and the tears kept coming by that way. Naruto, please, we did try. The council decided it was a vote, Tsunade explained, and Naruto wiped his tears away. He clenched his chest and calmed his breath. Fine, but tell me, council, that was their trying beginning mistake. The council that was their biggest mistake ever. If they tell a soul to anything about his before I am 16, then I will destroy this village. Naruto threatened and let out a large killing intent. Both Tsunade and Kakashi had never felt such anger from the blonde. It was the most shocking thing they've ever sensed from the blonde. Okay, Tsunade managed to say. Before Tsunade could say another word, Naruto ran out of the Hokage's tower. Naruto ran and ran. He didn't care about the villagers' insult or the glares. He just wanted to escape his problems. Naruto stopped at the current before the ramen shop where Sasuke was with the others. He could hear their disgusting clear. Even if they were farther away, I'm surprised that last beat you, Sasuke. You sure you're going all out? Kiba asked before sniffing his face with some ramen. You know, now that I think about it, I rocket it was a fluke. Shut up, Kiba. You are just jealous cause Naruto has gotten better than you. Sakura yelled, cause that leave you to being the last now. Sasuke smirked. Ooh. Sorry guys, you have to hear that. Crying out loud, do I really have to be the voice of your concern? Kiba asked, as he slammed his head on the table, making the bowl of ramen jump. You all know Naruto has always been weak. He will never be great ninja. He's stupid and an asshole. He's just sure like hell is annoying, Kiba yelled and suddenly rejected a punch to the face. Kiba stand up out of the shop and looked to meet Sasuke with an angry expression. Naruto is not a loser or a weakling. You are. Sasuke spat out his bowl of ramen with his left hand and his start to eat again with studying. Naruto approached them with a dark expression. Everyone noticed him and keep a smirk. I didn't see that. Hinata's eyes and The guy. Kiba thought clearly and his fist thickened. Hey dope, Sasuke said. You're late. You're going to pay, he said. Naruto looked up, giving him a painful smile. Naruto, what's wrong, Sakura asked, and Naruto shook his head. I heard what Kiba said, Naruto said up. The approached Chunin gave him all of the money he had, keeping the change, and sorry for all the comments. He put it down. See, look what you have done, Sakura yelled. Oh, please, like you want to talk. He never cared about that guy. You have always cared about your precious Sasuke and Kiba girl, and Sakura getting her tea. At least I have a heart and care about others, Sakura spat out. You care about no one else but yourself. Guys, Naruto said, putting up a good smile. I am fine. Seriously, Kiba's words aren't going to drown me down. Tss, was all that Kiba could manage. Anyway, I have to get going. See you guys, Naruto said as he started to run off before anyone else could say anything. Forever, Naruto muttered. Later, later that night, Naruto enjoyed his last cup of instant ramen that he had left over and packaged his things. The villagers will finally be free. That I'm going. The same with Kiba and everyone else, Naruto thought. Yeah, okay, upside, you got to go back to that guy. Where is he anyway? Kurama asked, and Naruto shrugged. I sent him a letter about me leaving an hour ago, so he knows. Naruto answered and slumped on his bed. Suddenly, there was a knock sound on his window, and Naruto opened his eyes to reveal two boys who each knocked on the window. Naruto stood up and opened his window, letting the two boys in. The boy to Naruto's left had crimson brown hair and crystal blue eyes, a scar on his left cheek, and he wore criminal white jacket over it, black ambu style pants, navy blue shinobi sandals, and his head eating around the waist. The boy to Naruto's right had dark blue hair with white on the tip and dark blue eyes. He wore a black shirt with white terminals, black ambu pants with a white sack on his belt, blue shinobi sandals on his head. It was around his neck, headband. Why did he write headband? Naruto, they excellently to track Naruto to the ground. We heard you got, banished. Naruto nodded. Where's the old man? Naruto asked one of them. Boys pointed behind them, and a man with silver hair that went down to the end of his neck, and pa- pathetic black eyes stood before Naruto with a sad smile. The man was an Ambu, wearing Ambu clothes except the mask. "Hello, Naro." The man spoke and entered the house before embracing Naruto. "It has been a while, hasn't it?" Naruto looked up and grinned. They do you think you can train us again on Shin Sa, Sun hmm, what's that word? Hmm, Sun against thought? Naruto asked. The man smiled warmly before he graved over Naruto. Graved the other two boys and hugged them too. "Alright, we will leave right away," the man said, and the three boys checked Naruto, grinning happily. "It wasn't be as bad now. This time I won't go easy. I will show them who I really am, who the real Naruto Uzumaki is," thought happily but his journey. So guys, oh shit.